we are interrupting regular programming right now because President Donald Trump is landing at Hector International Airport in Fargo. Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Jordan Schreier. Valley News live reporter Rose Itzkovitz is at the airport right now, and we'll go to her live to see exactly what's happening out there. Rose? Or she is not available to go live yet. But as I just said, if we take our Skycam view, I believe that we have seen Air Force One is landing in Fargo right now. If we have that available, it appears to be on the runway, getting closer to the airport. The president is in town today for a fundraiser for Congressman Kevin Cramer. He will appear at the Delta by Marriott. And now we will go to our reporter, Rose Itzkovitz, who is on scene. The president has just landed. She'll have more details. Rose?
Yeah, Jordan, I'm at Air National Guard right now. We are waiting for the president, and just as promised, right around 11:30, he's coming in right now. About 3 minutes ago, started to get sightings of that plane. So we were told there'd be very, very little interruption in traffic and air traffic and ground traffic, and they might just be right with him coming right on time. Now, what you see behind me are many, many friends and family of military, Secret Service, and White House. Everybody is also anxiously awaiting his arrival here. So he'll be here in just a second. We have also a couple others waiting for his arrival here. We have the, Governor Doug Burgum here, and Senator and Mrs. Hoeven. If you can kind of pan over, we can just barely see their heads in the very front over there. State Senator Armstrong is also here, and Colonel Mitch Johnson is here. So everybody's just kind of waiting. I see the plane all the way to the left. Can we kind of pan that way really quickly? Let's see, all the way over. There's the plane coming on in, and then he will make his way over here. So one other thing I want to mention is I've heard he's not going to spend very much time here. He may shake a couple hands in the front and spend about 5 to 10 minutes over here. Jordan?
Rose, right now, do you see any other planes? Are they waiting to take off, or are there any by the airport? Do you know if there are more on the tarmac now, or is it just everything is stopped and Air Force One is there?
You know what? I don't see any other planes looking right now, and I know we were just panning over that way. But what I was told by the airport authority yesterday was, again, he said, quote, very, very little interruption in the day, and it was just going to be, pretty much holding flights when he comes in and when he goes out. So I don't see any waiting at the moment, no.
And so, Rose, what is the security like there? I know when the president comes to town, it's a big deal. Could you describe what you're seeing as far as law enforcement to make sure everything goes smoothly?
Yeah, so as always, Jordan, we waited for the security sweep. I know that yesterday I went into the Delta Hotel, and even there were the K-9s already with the Army sweeping the area. Here too, I got to see the dogs. They actually gave me a trading card of one of the K-9s. We had to wait on the inside, and just kind of the standard security sweep, nothing out of the ordinary. The only difference I would say is it's been quicker this time, but same security measures.
And I see that plane has just rolled behind you there. It seems to be just off to your side right now. If we can get a look at it there it is. The president should be expected to get off of it shortly once it turns around here. And he is in town again for a fundraiser for Congressman Kevin Cramer, running against Senator Heidi Heitkamp for her Senate seat. Couples reportedly have to pay $1,000 to attend this event. However, they have already raised $1 million for the Cramer campaign. However, if you look at recent reports from the Associated Press, they are saying that Senator Heitkamp does have a fundraising advantage over Congressman Cramer with $5.2 million cash on hand compared to $2.4 million for Congressman Cramer. And so, Rose, a lot of people out there are excited to see the president get off of that plane there. Could you just kind of describe that atmosphere of those people waiting?
Oh, yeah, Jordan. I mean, if we can look, maybe I can get Nick over here to pan down to this guy right over here in his flag pants and his T-shirt over there. People seem pretty excited. We were in line with them earlier, a lot of chattering going on. Everyone's got their phones up, as you can see, just waiting to see the president come out. Like I already mentioned, hopefully they're hoping that he might just come out and shake a couple hands. People will reach out and get whatever selfies they can get. but about 5 to 10 minutes, and he's going to be off to that private fundraiser that he's going to, Jordan.
And the president just flying in from an event that he had in Montana yesterday. Now, this has been a very contentious week for the Trump and his administration. The hearings for Judge Brett Kavanaugh have been underway. We've covered them all week, and there has been a lot of back and forth between the senators and even some protesters erupting in those hearings. And also, the president has recently had to deal with the New York Times op-ed piece talking about resistance in the White House. So it's been a very contentious week for him, and he is now again in Fargo, just about to get off Air Force One. We are seeing some people, it seems right now, get off of the back of the plane. It looks like those must be Secret Service members. Now, Rose, as I recall, this is your second time covering Air Force One as it lands in Fargo. Kind of what's the general gist of stuff that's going on?
Yeah, it is my second time, Jordan, and first time I will say I could get a better sight of President Trump coming down. It looks like we're gonna be, actually he'll be over there. So hopefully we'll get a good shot of him over here too. Same kind of thing. Like I said, just a lot quicker this time. Last time, I know we kind of missed one of our shots to air his coming, and then we kind of jumped in at the last minute, and this time it just was a lot more organized. And you know, one thing I will say is that when I was speaking to a travel agent yesterday just about the overall plans of his flying plans for the people that he was talking to, he said that this time it should go a lot smoother because Secret Service has been in, they kind of know what to expect, so it should go a lot smoother. And I think he was right. Everything was a lot quicker. They said he planned to come in at 11:30. They said they plan to only shut down the roads for a short period before and after he comes in and leaves. And that's kind of what it's looking to be so far.
And there they are, just putting those stairs up to Air Force One. I did a little research on this plane today. Air Force One, there's actually 2 planes that can qualify for that. And President Trump did sign a deal with Boeing to create a new Air Force One. That current plane that we're seeing there has been in service for quite some time, since the 90s. The cost of the new planes that they want to build is $3.9 billion with a B, billion dollars for those 2 new planes. Oh, and we now see that President Trump has just got out, waving to the crowd there, walking down those steps. Unsure if there will be people shortly coming out after him, wearing his signature red tie as he comes to Fargo. And again, he is here for a fundraiser for Congressman Kevin Cramer. And this is a very quick trip because he is headed to South Dakota, I believe, after this. So he is going to need to keep on pretty good time to keep up for these events. He is just getting into or around his vehicle now. It is unknown if he will go and greet the crowd of supporters that have been waiting there for him. And again, this is a live look right now at Hector International Airport in Fargo. President Trump recently just got off of Air Force One and is standing on the other side of that vehicle. You can just see the top of his head, it seems, as he prepares to go to a fundraising campaign. A few waves to the crowds and some cheers. And I believe that looks like the governor and the First Lady of North Dakota that also just walked up to the car there. Yes, that is. That is Doug Burgum and Catherine Helgas Burgum that just walked up to the side there. And it also seems like the Senator Hoeven and his wife are also near the president right now. Again, this here live coverage from Valley News Live of the presidential visit to Fargo. Rose, do you happen to know how long these people have been waiting to see the president today?
Well, they started to funnel in right around the time that we got here. So we got here around, well, we came in around 9:30 and then actually got to the door toward the tarmac probably around 10 a.m. So that's when I started to see others. I can't say how long they were waiting before that to get to that area because you have to go through the initial Secret Service before you even enter the gates to get on the ground. So I'm not quite sure how long they were waiting, but I know we were here at least since 9:30, maybe even a little bit before then. And I venture these guys probably had to go through everything we went through. They were certainly at the last security sweep that we were at. Everybody is very excited, as you can see. So, and I will say one more thing. You know, President Trump, last time he came in, he also made a quick exit, and he did not get a chance to shake the hands of the crowd. So it's nice to see all these people that are so excited to see him getting a chance to greet him and that he came over here.
All the cell phones out trying to get their picture with the President of the United States. And shortly after this, he will be getting in that motorcade and going to the Delta by Marriott. Also in that motorcade is Point of View host Chris Berg, and he will have an exclusive interview with the President of the United States that we will have more coverage on later tonight on Valley News Live. You'll also be able to find that on our websites, I'm sure, valleynewslive.com, along with our Facebook pages. Again, an exclusive interview with a Valley News Live member here. The president seems to be chit-chatting with quite a few of the people there in the crowd as they have waited. Again, this here live look, Hector International Airport in Fargo. President Trump here in town for his second time. However, recent reports that we've seen say this will not be his last time that he is in Fargo. The Flag 1100 is reporting that he will again come back to this city closer to the election to hold a, quote, large public rally for Congressman Kevin Cramer. Few details are available about that yet, but we'll follow them as soon as they come in with that. The last time he was here in Fargo, he was at Shields Arena to a sellout crowd. While these people here are very excited to see the President of the United States, there are some planned protests that are happening in Fargo where the President will be speaking. We do have a reporter on the scene of those as well. We'll have more on that later on Valley News Live. But for now, here it seems there are just supporters of the President or people hoping to shake his hand and see the Commander-in-Chief of the free world. A few Make America Great Again hats can be spotted in the crowd. This, as President Trump has said that eventually he would like to, it seems, change his key slogan to Keep America Great. This as they head into the 2018 midterm elections. North Dakota is seen as a national hotspot in that Senate race between Heidi Heitkamp and Kevin Cramer. Republicans would like to take that seat and shore up some of that support they have as a majority in the Senate. They do currently have a majority in the Senate. However, it is very narrow. And if Democrats would like any chance of taking back the Senate, they need to keep North Dakota's seat along with a few others in the country and gain other Senate seats that are currently held by Republicans. Over the next few months, we are likely to see a lot of ads and a lot of national attention on this race between Congressman Kevin Cramer and Senator Heidi Heitkamp. Some recent polls show them fairly close.
Did he just throw his hat, or did it blow over here?
Again, for those of you just joining us, this is live coverage of the President at Hector International Airport in Fargo as he prepares to go to a fundraising event. He landed roughly around 11:30, which is exactly when his campaign said he would be here, coming in from an event that he held yesterday in Montana. He'll only be here for a short time before he is rushed off to another event in South Dakota. If people would like to attend the event that he is at today, it is $1,000 per couple to go. And the event has already raised $1 million before the president even steps foot at the event that he's going to. And it seems now that he has just saying his goodbyes and his last handshakes to the people at Hector International Airport as he gets ready to go to this event. Many people waiting out there for quite a few hours to see their glimpse of the president, hopefully meet him. Some selfies are being taken. What is an event without a selfie these days, it seems? And he is now getting into his vehicle and going in that motorcade to the event. Again, Point of View host Chris Berg is also in that motorcade, and he will have an exclusive interview with President Donald Trump. And we will have more on that later on Valley News Live. He just got into the vehicle there. And it seems he will be taking off right now again to that fundraiser that he will be having in Fargo before he jets off very quickly. Some roads will be closed, especially now that he is headed through Fargo. So if you're out there, be prepared to have to stop and wait a little while. But we will have more details on this coming up here at noon and again at Valley News Live. We're going to take a quick break and go back to regular programming before we'll be right back here again at noon.